Are you affected by the seasons changing? Are you thinking about trying one of their SAD lamps? Now, you might be diagnosed officially or undiagnosed. For myself, I'm completely undiagnosed, but I significantly notice a difference in my mood, in my energy levels during the winter. I just do. And I don't know if it is the lack of daylight hours and it going dark early, and sometimes, we don't see any daylight. Living in England as well, it's cloudy a lot. I don't know what it is. Maybe it isn't that, but generally I've noticed during this time of year I get a little bit more down and my energy changes and my energy shifts a little bit. And I know this is a common thing that a lot of people experience, because obviously if we're not outside as much, and there's other things that we can do as well, like take vitamin D, which I do take. But this year I decided to get a SAD lamp. So I've got one from Lumie, which I've got for my desk. And I've also got one that I've used from Philips as well, that we use as sort of like a morning night light. So I'll just be talking about if they've worked and both of them and what I think of both of them. This one's mine, the other one's my partner's. So I feel a little bit like weird talking about it, since I didn't buy it myself, but I've been using it because I'm there in the morning. So I'll talk about my Lumie first, and then I will also talk about the Philips one at the end. So here is the Lumie. I don't know how this is going to look, so I'll probably record it on another video, but the light comes on, and the light goes off there. It's about the size, about just a bit bigger than my MacBook. And I use this one in my office. So what I've been doing is, in the morning when I'm sending emails for about half an hour or so, what I'll do is I'll pop that on and just, I'm not sure if you're supposed to do longer, but I've read half an hour is a good time. I feel like anything longer might be a little bit too excessive. Sometimes I have had it on a little bit longer. I've had it on maybe like 45 an hour, just without thinking and without realising. I've been like, oh, right, I've had that on quite a while now, because you just kind of forget. It's just like a light after a bit. It's a very simple object. You literally put it up. It's got like a little rest, so it props itself up. It's got one button. You turn it on, the light comes on. There's no filter settings. You can't go up and down. It's just that. That's its purpose, which I quite like. It's very simple and efficient. It's bright as well. I think I didn't realise. Well, I knew it was going to be bright and I wanted it to be bright, but it does the job. I don't think I realised how bright it was going to be. It's bright. I think really it feels different to a different lamp in the room, which you're obviously using for ambience or for atmosphere. This is, you can definitely see the difference of the light quality and the light in your eyes. I'm also pretty sure you're not supposed to look at it, but I couldn't figure this out properly myself at first. But I don't look at it, I just kind of am in its area. So I kind of have it similar to here on the desk, and I'll just be maybe just a bit further back, and I'll be sending emails, and it's kind of like in my eye, but I'm not looking at it. I can't imagine that'd be very good for your eyesight. But I have looked online because I was a bit like, is this good for my eyes? And I generally found that it's okay for your eyes, so I don't think you need to worry about it. So this one I've been using for that feature, and I think I've been using this one more predominantly for my SAD than the other lamp, which I've been using as a morning light up lamp or a reading lamp at night, more than specifically for SAD. So this is more like light therapy, where it's, you're using it every day. I've been doing it every day now for at least a month. I think I've had it 6 weeks, and every single day I've been using it in the morning. I do notice a difference. Now the thing is, I don't know if this is a placebo and it's in my head, and I'm like, I've got this light, it's telling me this, and it's got vitamin L, which I think isn't a real vitamin. But so that's sort of what I was thinking there. But I don't think it is. I think it's genuinely working, and I think it's doing something. I've noticed I've got a bit more energy after it. So I normally put it on and type pretty much first thing and just get on my sort of morning admin out of the way. And I'll obviously make myself a coffee as well. But I used to do that anyway. So the coffee has been constant, but the mood has changed. I've noticed I have had some more energy when I've had the light on. I feel my mood feels a little bit lighter. I don't feel as grumpy. I get a bit grumpy this time of year as well. in November. Like I get a little bit. I don't know if it's just like the moon just changing as well as the less daylight hours, but because I'm such a summer person, so I think it really impacts me when it's not sunny and it's more gloomy and it's cold and stuff as well. Obviously, this isn't going to warm you up, but I have noticed a difference. I think that's all I can say about it. I find it really simple to use. It's really easy. It could be a placebo, this one, but I think it was a good purchase. And it's not, I wouldn't say it's necessarily cured any sort of SAD that I might have, again, undiagnosed, but it's definitely had a difference on something. And I think that something's mainly energy. I've noticed I've got a little bit more energy, and as soon as I sort of turn it off and come away, I feel like my day started and I'm into the day then, whereas beforehand, maybe it would take me a bit longer to wake up and a bit longer to sort of prepare myself for the day, I would say. I also did a video recently on some daily habits, and this is kind of like intertwined into them a little bit. I just had first think of the day, but I do try to spend the first half an hour without looking at my phone when I can. Obviously, it's hard to do that, and then come to do my emails and stuff, or just have a coffee first and then have a second coffee. Maybe I shouldn't, but you know, sometimes I do, and then that's what I'll come upstairs and tippy tap. Now the second one, the Philips one, is a little bit different. So I quite like that I've got two that are for purposes. This is for my office. I can't imagine where else you would use this one, to be honest. Like, I don't know where else it would go. I know on some adverts people have got it while they're having that breakfast and stuff. For me, it just feels like it should belong in an office. Like the way it looks. I don't know if it would fit in like my dining room or another room. I don't know where it would go as well, where I'm close enough to it to get its benefits. And I guess if you ever needed a massive light for something, a bright light, it could work, even though I don't think that's its purpose. The Philips one has a different purpose. Even though it has a bright light, it's a different, kind of slightly different colour. It's a little bit more beige, I would say, whereas this is more of just like a clean white. The light itself. And this one has a radio. You can connect to the radio, so the radio can wake you up and sounds can wake you up, and you can connect it to the alarm so that when it hits a certain time, your light comes on. I've really been enjoying this. One of the things I struggle with the most is when I'm waking up early and it's pitch black and I'm like, oh, you know, it's like the days, you know, in the summer the day started already because it's so nice outside and you're like, la 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 la. But then in the winter it's like cold, dark, and you've kind of got to psych yourself up a little bit to get up just that little bit more harder, isn't it? I find, I'm saying it, isn't it? I'm not going to speak for you watching this video, but it feels a bit more like, so the SAD light in the bedroom that we've been using, it lights up. It really slowly lights up as well. I don't even know if James, well, my partner, has set a particular setting so it does this, because I've not set the settings, but it comes really slowly. So one time I did wake up before him and he set it for himself, and it wasn't at the full beam yet. It was kind of slowly like lightening up, and we've changed it from the radio because we found it a little bit jarring, and also it didn't wake up my partner, but it woke me up. So I don't know if the radio would work for everyone, but we changed it to like these bird sounds, and I just love that. It's so nice to wake up with the bird sounds, and it starts off quiet and it goes louder and louder and louder until you've woken up, and it's just nice. I also have been using it as like a lamp at night as well, so as I'm getting into bed, I can turn off the main light, and then I just put it on the light setting before bed, which is really easy. There's a few more settings on it. You can change the number of this one, obviously, with the Lumie. This particular Lumie, because it's not the bedtime one, it's just a one light. You can't change its intensity, whereas this you can go from 0 to 10 and you can change that up and down as well, which I think is pretty cool. So I can't say I don't think at all if that one's helped with my seasonal mood changes, but it's nice. It's a nice thing to have, and it's nice to have them both because I feel like they both have a different purpose. There is a Lumie one as well, which I was originally going to get, but then because he was getting that one, I was like, oh, I'll get the office one, because I just liked the idea of it like being on as I'm just like doing something, like maybe doing my planner or typing some emails or just having a coffee. I liked that, maybe being away from the bedroom, but then it is nice to have that morning light that miss. So I feel like they both play well with each other. I'm not necessarily sure if you're meant to be using this in a different way. I've been using it, as I said, for like 30 to 45 minutes max, a couple of times a bit over by mistake. So I'm not sure if that's necessarily what I should be doing. Maybe you know. But that's how I've been using it. And I've noticed a little bit of a difference, as I said, not a massive amount, but I have noticed a little bit. So yeah, there's my little Lumie review. I hope you enjoyed the video, and let me know what you think. Has it helped you? Are you thinking of light therapy? Do you have any more questions about it? Like I said, this Lumie is pretty simple, so I feel like there's not a lot to say about it, but I'm very happy with the purchase. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, Ease with John, where I have lots of videos just to make life a little bit easier. And if you're suffering from a seasonal efficiency disorder, I couldn't say that properly then, does anything else work for you? I take vitamin D, but does anything else sort of work? And what else do you notice in yourself as well? Do you feel a little bit different too this time of year? I just whacked the tripod, that's why it like nodded a little bit. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. Lovely to see you all. I do videos Tuesdays and Thursdays with Ease with John.